and welcome to my channel, Write Your Way to Success. And I just wanted to share with you guys today that I'm almost finished with my novel here that I decided to write in 1 month. If you could see down here, I'm at 39,367 words. A novel is typically 50,000 words or more. So I'm going to be right around 50,000 words when I finish by February. Here is January 28th. And the video that I want to talk about, that I wanted to make today, is mainly about writing a novel, one novel a month, every month this year in 2024 until the end of the year. So that would give you 12 novels. So really what I want my channel to be about is about writing fast. So that's really what I want to talk about. There's many channels that discuss other things like how to write scenes, characters, things like that. I think there's plenty of channels out there like that. But I want my channel to be about how to be more proficient in your writing, how to write faster. So there are a lot of different techniques to writing faster. But what we have here is, have you ever wanted to write faster? That's a question you really have to ask yourself. Some people don't really care about writing one novel a month or challenging themselves to that level. But if you are interested in doing that, how can you write faster without losing the quality of your novel? Some have, well, I have some tips and tricks for you on how to write a novel in 1 month. When I talk about a novel, I mean 50,000 words in a month. My new novel, Relic Heist, I will have it written in a month. I'm on track to finishing it now. I started at the beginning of the year and I have less than 16,000 words to go now. I have like 10, maybe 12,000 more words to go. So the first thing you need to do is come up with a good concept. What do you want your story to be about? How can that story turn out to be a novel or just a short story? So when we think about, sometimes stories end up being short stories and not novels. So you really have to come up with a great story in order to give it that length, So having a good story idea is crucial if you want to be able to keep the flow of writing going. Some stories will only produce a short story. Other stories will produce a 70,000 word novel. It all starts with what story you want to choose. So choosing the right story is very important. And after you found the right story and you're sure it is the story that will produce a novel, next come up with great characters that will drive the story. How do you find good characters? I mean characters with interesting backgrounds and qualities that a reader will want to get to know. Once you've decided what characters you want to use, their names, background, quirks, and the way they talk, you will be ahead of many when it comes to writing a novel in a month. The next key is to write every day without missing one day. So what I typically do, I typically take 1 day off. I try not to, but if I have to, for whatever reason, I know I allow myself at least 1 day. So 6 days out of the week, I'm writing every day without missing a day. Writing every day and working on your story every day will get you deeper into the story, and you will find that the story will start to come to you. So that will also help writer's block, and I've mentioned that in my previous video. If you want to learn about how to prevent writer's block, you can watch that video. But missing days will take you out of that world, and it will make it harder to get back into that world. So writing every day is key. So if you find yourself stuck not knowing what to write, leave the page for a few minutes. Pick up a book or watch a movie with a similar scene you're trying to envision. For instance, if you listen to your character and it calls for a chase scene, don't fight it. Don't think of it as, oh God, another chase scene, and how can I make mine much different than everyone else's. Instead, watch a bunch of chase scenes in different movies or read it in books, things like that, and then ask yourself, how can I make mine different? What does my character have to accomplish in the story? So each scene should be moving the story forward as well. You don't want to write a scene just to write a scene if it's not moving the story forward. I often watch a movie or read parts of books to give me ideas or see what worked for the other author and what I'm doing wrong. I also have a video on writer's block, once again, and how to avoid it, so check that out. Another thing I do, and I learned this from other successful authors out there, is that I write whenever I can. I don't give myself a set number of words to write a day or time. On the days that my writing is going good, I'll write for hours. And when it's not going so good, I write what I can. In my other videos, I talk about how writing is rewriting. Your first draft is always a mission to get everything down on the screen until the end, no matter what. The second draft is about cleaning it up and maybe changing some things around. Remember that letting perfection be a driving force for your first draft is an imagination killer. What I mean by that is that when we focus on all of our attention on wanting every scene, every line to be perfect before we move on and keep writing, it kills the momentum. I think about a runner and how a runner has built up momentum and is going fast. Then suddenly a cliff is in his or her way, and they have to stop suddenly. Look at the need for perfection as the cliff or roadblock. It is the only one there to stop your momentum. Momentum is always key, keeping it going nonstop. Your momentum is very important when it comes to writing. Once you gain that momentum and the story is coming to you like a waterfall of ideas, you don't want to stop. Keep writing until every ounce is out of you and you can't come up with the next thing. That's why I say that setting a set number of words for the day or a set number of hours and then it is quit time is not good. Full-time writing is just that, and writing don't end in the 24-hour period. And I remember reading about a famous author, I forget who said this, but he woke up in the middle of the night and after a dream and wrote everything that he remembered in that dream because it inspired him, and he made it part of his novel. So it's a lifestyle. It's 24 hours if you really want to be creative and get your novel finished in a timely fashion. Now, I'm not saying to lose sleep or lose your job because of lack of sleep. Instead, it is having an attitude of urgency, the desire for your story to be heard. Imagine your main character you love so much is yelling at you to hurry and tell their story. This will motivate you to write anywhere. This brings me to my last bit of advice about finishing a novel in a month. Write when you're at places where you have to wait. Write on your phone if you're in the grocery line, at the doctor's office. This isn't something new. I've heard many authors talk about this very technique of writing anywhere and every time they can. So in conclusion, I hope this helps, and I hope you take on the challenge as I'm doing for this 2024 year to write a novel every month, so that by the end of the year there will be 12 novels produced. Good luck to you all, you writers. Don't forget to comment below and let me know how you feel about it. Click the like button and subscribe, and thanks for watching.